The certified Angus beef label is the most recognized meat label on grocery store shelves, and the highly distinguishable program continues to strengthen. RFD-TV's Janet Adkison reports from the 2016 American Angus Convention in Indianapolis.
Well, whenever you pass through the grocery store aisle and see the meat counter, you certainly are going to see certified Angus beef. And we've got a gentleman who can talk a bit more about what that certified Angus beef label means. Now, we are joined by John Stika. He is the president of Certified Angus Beef. And John, tell us about the latest news coming from CAB.
Well, it's been a very exciting year for us in 2016. For the first time ever, the combined efforts of cattlemen and Angus breeders, when you combine that with the efforts of our 18,000 licensed partners around the world, sold in excess of 1 billion pounds of certified Angus beef this past year. And so just a tremendous effort to maintain a focus on quality and maintain a focus on pleasing the needs and desires of consumers looking for high quality beef.
So what does that 1 billion pound milestone mean to the industry?
Well, I think it represents a lot of things, and the biggest thing that I think it represents is that consumer demand for high-quality beef is definitely strong. Obviously, price points at the producer level are lower than we've seen in years past, but I think it's important for us to look at what consumers are saying and how they're spending their dollars, and they're still spending that money on beef that has a consistent flavor, tenderness, and juiciness, and that's really what that represents to the industry. And I think it tells us that as long as we keep our focus on consumers, that the future is going to be bright for those that do.
And what does the world market mean for the certified Angus beef brand as well?
Well, the world market's extremely important. The majority of our business is here domestically within the borders of the United States, but about 15% of all of our product that we sell as certified Angus beef goes to destinations outside of the U.S., and it continues to be extremely important. We saw that category of business grow by more than 15% this past year. For our brand alone, it represents 138 million pounds of that billion pounds that we saw sold under the brand's logo this past year. And so it's extremely important. Historic markets such as Japan, we saw a 110% increase in our volume. And that market now represents more than 20 million pounds alone for us. And we know that looking at where that volume was pre-BSE, we know that there's still a lot of opportunity for our brand and for U.S. beef to continue to grow its presence in that one market alone. So I think as we look at driving value into the cattle and ranching country, we definitely need to keep an eye on these international markets because they're extremely important.
Well, John, thank you very much. I appreciate you taking the time to sit down and join us. Again, he is the president of Certified Angus Beef, offering some insight on the brand. Now, of course, if you would like to learn more about Certified Angus Beef, you could go online to cabpartners.com or angus.org. On the road in Indianapolis, I'm Janet Adkison, RFD-TV News.
Thank you, Janet. And we will have additional reports from the 2016 Angus Convention right here on Market Day Report and tonight on your Rural Evening News.